on in the life of Legacy right now to kind of give you some updates on some things that we have planned and some of the things that we're doing, maybe a little bit different than you would expect. So Tyler's going to be coming up here, and he and I just want to spend a few minutes just kind of talking about some of those things that happen to be going on here. So thanks for tuning in and for kind of checking in on what's going on. One of the things we want to talk about first off was about our youth group. So talk about a little bit about that.
One of the things that we had kind of planned during our COVID response was if the schools were to go to remote learning, or if our county were to go into purple, that would be canceling some of our programming, especially when it comes to youth. So our Wednesday night is going to be canceled. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be canceled through the year, but we are looking at obviously the first Wednesday in 2021.
It might be January 5th.
I think 5th is a Tuesday. It might be the 6th. But we'll have exact dates for you. We're just going to be keeping an eye. We're still going to be following the structure to see what the schools are doing at that point, to see how the county is doing at that point. But we are hoping to have all our students back in the gym on Wednesdays, that first Wednesday in January.
That'll be good. And we just want to be able to stay safe. If you're not from around right in this area locally here, we've had a spike. Well, I guess the whole country really has had kind of a spike. And so the high school has gone to remote learning.
Yes.
The junior high and elementary are in again this week.
Yep.
But that's what they've been doing. And so just using wisdom, we've seen a spike in kids who at least have been are being quarantined because of
being in contact with other kids who have been positive, even some teachers who have been positive. And so we've had, I think it was in the teens last week, of just some kids who were close to somebody who had COVID, and the school responsibly asked them, hey, you need to stay home. And per our rules, even here, they respectfully stayed out of youth group as well. Even though we want them in the building, they did the smart move and stayed out, which we really appreciate, going the extra mile and really sacrificing your personal time to better the safety of others.
Yeah. Speaking of that, nobody is trying to figure out what to do during these times are tough. And I just wanted to give kudos to our school system. They're working their tails off trying to get this right. John Hamstra, our superintendent, we're praying for not only you, but for the whole staff. How do you do this in ways that is good for everybody? So we just want to say thanks. Thanks for all that you're doing, and it's tough right now. Some of the things we've got coming up, this Sunday night, we are going to do a tailgate, Christmas tailgate outside in our parking lot, just kind of to chill out, hang out with each other for a while. I think this would be especially good for those who being inside of a building is beyond your comfort level. Yep. And so we'll be outside. We're going to have fire pits set up where we'll have several of those. If you happen to have a fire pit, we could use a few more fire pits. If you've got some wood, we could use the firewood too.
Yeah, we could use it all.
That would be good. But we're going to have fire pits set up. People can kind of space themselves out and bring a lawn chair. Thank you. Yeah. If you want to bring a cornhole, you could.
Yeah, really. Any outdoor activities, or we're gonna have a couple of snacks and some drinks there for you. Your typical coffee, maybe some hot chocolate. We're gonna have some hot dogs you can roast over the fire. I imagine that we're gonna have s'mores, because why else would you bring out a fire pit?
Yeah.
We have a couple people who are interested just to come and sing some tunes.
Yeah.
And it's really just gonna be a great time. Next week's gonna be crazy. So on Sunday night, it's just time to sit, to focus, to see our friends, maybe see somebody you haven't seen in a while. Just really excited to be together, and that being the goal, is to be together.
Yeah, not huge programming, just being together. This is there is strength that comes from just being together. So we hope that you'll be able to come and to be a part of that. Bring your family, and we'll have some hot dogs, all that kind of good stuff. It ought to be a pretty good time. Another thing that's going on is for Christmas Eve, we are going to be having a unique online only worship service at noon on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
That'll be taking place. In fact, we were just in a meeting a little bit ago working on some of the details of how to do that. It'll be unique and different than, we're going to be having a live service here later on in the afternoon, but it'll be different than that. So we hope that you'll take advantage of that and just worship with us, whether you're coming to the live one or not would be fine, or if you want to worship, from home with a live, both of them would be great, and to be a part of that. We are going to be talking about some of the traditions, holiday traditions that happen in different parts of the world. And we got a couple folks who are going to be sharing some of those, their own family traditions of folks that we have here that aren't originally from here.
Tune in to as much as you can. If you're still working on Christmas Eve and you have your lunch break, hopefully you can catch a portion of it. But we would just love to have you guys tune in, kind of experience something special on Christmas Eve, and then hopefully to see you tune in or be here for our, do you call it evening or do you call it afternoon? 4 o'clock is such a weird time.
Yeah.
But our 4 o'clock service.
Yeah, the 4 o'clock service will be somewhat what we would call a traditional. We're still going to do social distancing, and we're asking people to wear masks. But we do candlelight every year. It's just, to me, one of the highlights of the year. And so if you come, we'll have candles for you. If you cannot come, that might be something, at the end of it, we always sing Silent Night right at the end. I just love it. I know I'm a little bit of a nostalgic kind of a guy. But we sing Silent Night, and it's just a really moving time. We did find out that one of our friends is going to be coming, making a special appearance, and he's going to be worshiping with us, and so that's always cool and moving. It's a good time. It lasts less than an hour. We do communion, so we'd love to be a part of that. It'll be different than the 4 o'clock or the noon service.
Yes.
So that's to me is really going to be cool as well.
Now that I think about it, when we talk about just that nostalgic moment of the candlelight, that every Christmas Eve service, even from my home church, going to Horizon for my internship in here, I've always had that tradition. So I love that that's kind of held from the churches I've gone to in my, I guess, life.
Yeah, that is cool. One of the things that that all studies will show you is, as you're passing your faith on to your children and things like that, those faith traditions that you do are often some of the things that become anchors as you get a little bit older. And when rocky times come, storms come, and boy, has it been stormy this year, those are anchors for you. So that's good thoughts. And then one of the things we wanted to let you all know, too, is the last Sunday of the year,
27th, I believe.
We're going to be doing something really different for us, I think.
Really different.
We're going to be doing what we're going to call worship from home. What we'll be doing is it'll be an online service only. Okay, so we're going to shut the doors here for that Sunday, just really to give all of our volunteers a break. It's still going to be a service. We'll be Zooming in or whatever. We're not zooming in. We'll be beaming in from home, and we've got some worship things, again, elements that will be a part of that service. But it's a great way for us to be able to say to our volunteers who have
gone above and beyond.
Oh, it's been
year.
Crazy. It's been crazy.
Through our serving opportunities and the meals that we've served,
from
all the way back to deli sandwiches over the summer and at the end of spring during the March time, really have gone, and the extra work that has gone outside of the normal office hours to try to make our sound, our live, our quality, in all aspects. We've tried to improve those areas so that during this COVID time, we could have church without distractions, or as little distractions as we could. And so with all of those things, this is just a Sunday, one, to celebrate our volunteers and just say, hey, we're going to worship together at home.
So hopefully that makes some sense. We'll be talking about it more, and you'll hear things, posted about it and things like that. But I think it'll be a cool, unique time, for a breather for everyone, but yet also to worship at the same time. One of the things the human beings have been trying to figure out this year is how do you stay connected as followers of Jesus, just humans, but particularly the church, and to be able to still keep yourself rolling, and so because we need each other. I struggle in life when I've got people around me, but when I get by myself, I struggle even more. So being with brothers and sisters is huge. So we want to let you know about that as well. I guess right before we go, unless you got something else, I was just thinking, just to keep on encouraging us. We were talking about it a few minutes ago, but we've seen those numbers rise, and we want to do everything we can to stay safe. So we just encourage you to continue. Let's do those simple things that that we've been encouraged to do, whether it's the mask or the hand washing, and get through.
Pay attention to any symptoms that potentially come up.
Yeah.
I got to take a couple of days off last week, ended up having the flu,
Yeah.
but just trying to take the extra steps to make sure that nobody could even potentially get sick.
Yeah. So we also know that some of you are sick, and not only with COVID, but other things that are just going on.
Maybe it's influenza B.
That's what you wound up having.
That's what I wound up having.
Yeah. He went and got tested, and you were sick, but just not COVID
Not
kind.
COVID sick.
But we want you to know that we're praying for you on a constant basis. We were just praying, lifting up people, and that we're. I know it's cliche, but we are in this together, and we're going to make it through this.
Absolutely.
So we love you. We pray that God just continues to bless you, bless your family as we go through this crazy time. Just keep focused, keep centered, keep reading those devotionals that you have. If you do not somehow we have some white Christmas, not white. I say that so quickly. White Christmas books left. If you'd like one, message us. We'll send one to you. We've also got some case for Christmas left.
Yep.
Those are awesome ones. And but ways to stay recentered or to stay centered on what the Christmas is all about. God bless you all. We'll talk to you. He's leaving me. We'll talk to you later as he walks his way back to the back to turn that off. I was going to sing a song, but he would like that too much.
You still have plenty of time.
Yeah, and he would probably walk slower because of that. But